Good morning. This is Mark Bruno with the Cannata Report. I'm the editor-in-chief. I'm here with Frank Cannata because it's Friday, and that means it's time for Fridays with Frank. But before I bring Frank out, I just want to remind everybody to please like, share, comment on our videos. If you have anything that you would like to talk about in a future episode, shoot us a comment and we'll consider your topic. So good morning, Frank. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. It's as you're well aware, this is an exciting time for us because we're in the midst of doing our annual dealer survey, and it's one of the things I wanted to share with our audience this morning. It is such an important event, not only for us, but for the industry per se, because it facilitates not only the selection of awardees, and we have, I believe we're up to 13 awards that we give out each year. And then, of course, that recognizing people, or individuals, woman executive, male executive, and so forth, giving people that deserve it recognition. But essentially, the thing that facilitates the whole thing of the gala and the awards and so forth is the survey. The survey is the core of all the information that we take and communicate to this audience in one area or another. And certainly when, as you well know, when the manufacturers come to us and ask us about dealers, many times the sources are right there in our survey. And they're the trends that we can see. The one that I'm talking most about recently is last year's survey, 401 dealers. And I keep saying 40, but I think the actual number was 38 that had more than $40 million in business, up to $500 million. 38 dealers. Now, the whole group at about 7.2, 7.3 billion. That little group, 38, less than 10% of the audience, 63.8% of the total revenue. Wow. Now, we did a presentation for Sharp, who was what we do for all the dealers that, the manufacturers that sponsor and help us and facilitate this survey, is do a concise report of it. And we tell them, I said, and these are manufacturers. I said, what does this mean? Does this mean that this is not going to stop? That 38 is going to grow to maybe 50, because we'll see a greater number of $100 million dealers this year than we did last year. But we need participation from everybody. We encourage every dealer to participate. Plain and simple. This is to help you, the dealer. Because what we're doing is pointing out where your strengths lie. And there are people who still want to use you for distribution if it makes sense. Their concern is, how much longer you guys are going to be around? And how big a market do you really represent for us? Well, the bottom line is the total revenue keeps increasing every year, while the number of dealers get fewer. And it's not just the bigger dealers growing at the expense of the smaller dealers, but them growing the business. A case in point is POA. They buy a deal, another business, a dealer in another area for $2 million. They have a full-blown program to build that up to $10 million. And I've been at meetings where they've honored those $10 million dealers, and there was more than one. So they're building in a very healthy way. They're contributing to the growth of the industry. But the bottom line is that survey is the foundation for what we have to work with. And if you like what we do, if you perceive what we do is a benefit to you, then do the survey. You will not only get, in most cases, and practically almost all cases, get the benefit of a free subscription to the Cannata Report, which our new editor-in-chief is doing a great job with, judging by the new cover that he's flashing behind himself, which got rave reviews. Things are going well. So thanks, Mark. That's my pitch for today.
Yeah, thanks, Frank. And I just want to add, I know we revamped the survey this year and condensed it a little bit. So for the dealers out there who haven't taken it, honestly, it doesn't take more than about 10 minutes. It's pretty fast. So it's well worth the time. And as Frank said, it helps us in a lot of ways too, as far as putting content together, for next year that you guys want to read. So thank you in advance.